everybody to the ECC, the second last day of league play, and here for another huge game. We have Master Esports Cosmic and Fort Templar Samurais. Of course, Master Esports, they can't make the playoffs, but Fort Templar Samurais can, and they are looking for a playoff berth. They currently sit in 3-4 in their records, so absolutely needing these two wins in their upcoming matches to get themselves even a chance at making the playoffs. Of course, it's still me, faded in the castle booth with Herbie, and yeah, we've got a big one in our hands here. With this one, of course, Fort Templar, as I said, 6th place. They're still fighting for that playoff spot, and so this victory is one they absolutely need to make it there.
Yes, absolutely. Fort Templar Samurais, in comparison to Moorcats Gaming from the previous series, Fort Templar's situation is a little stickier. They actually have a negative record right now, and that's never a good sign coming into the penultimate day of the season attempting to make the playoffs. So they've got to turn that ship right around in these next couple of fixtures that they're playing. And Master Esports Cosmic is not an ideal team to be playing in this scenario. A side that is currently sitting 5-1 and 3rd in the table. They're not going to participate in the playoffs, but I think that makes them even more of a feared side in that they have nothing to lose and they're simply going to bring their best performance just because, well, why wouldn't they?
Yeah, absolutely. And we saw that out of Minx, actually, where, you know, yes, they're a playoff team, but they know that series doesn't mean a whole lot to them in that one. And with Master Esports Cosmic, they have literally nothing to lose because, I mean, their finishing position doesn't really matter to them, but they're still going to go for the wins. So that makes them a really dangerous side. And, you know, they currently set a, well, 5-3 record, 2 of them being forfeits at the top of the table there. So, yeah, it's going to be a big test for Fort Templar Samurais here, especially with that negative record. It's not looking too positive for them at the moment. So, yeah, it's just a case of we'll see how it goes for them in this first game. It's going to be very important that they set the tone and get ahead early. And then they can hopefully take over this series and get the win they desperately want.
Yes, absolutely. And this Fort Templar Samurais has got to turn around recent form, which actually seeps into my other league, Rocket Sundays, where 2 members of this Fort Templar roster was active for the Fort Templar Samurais in the Challenger tier playoffs, and they were eliminated in the quarterfinal stage by Gallimore Emerald in 4 games in a fairly negative performance where they didn't really have too much going forwards and fell flat at the end of the series. It's not ideal preparation for this one at all. If they want to avoid doubling up on their playoff disappointment, they've got to change things around, but they actually have a 3rd man who did enjoy some success in the Rocket Sundays playoffs in Pungent Bear or Rumbly. They are still active in the competition in the semi-finals, so I think they might be a little reliant on Rumbly in this series to turn their mentality around, but there is still an opportunity for Fort Templar Samurais to make the playoffs here in the ECC Division 2.2, and it begins with this fixture against Master Esports Cosmic.
Yeah, it does. So we'll see if they can turn around that, you know, mixed form, you could say, and turn it into positive form that they need going into this one, as they have a very tough opponent ahead of them. But it is now time to begin. We'll not let the players wait anymore, so let's send them on their way into the server and let them do battle here. Once again, everyone, it is Master Esports Cosmic and Fort Templar Samurais, one that is going to be very tempting for the former, or the latter team, sorry, in this one. Yeah, Harvey, take it away.
Well, the kickoff has gone well for the Fort Templar Samurais, but it looks like they're giving possession away en route. Jessica went up for the ball. It was sent back by Lightning Strike, and now it'll be Victor to carry the ball down the left wing. Takes one player out of the equation. CJ's clearance is an awkward one. Misty, and helped on by Jessica, and there is the opening goal. 16 seconds into game 1. It has gone to Master Esports Cosmic.
Yeah, another team, you know, the real advantage, and, you know, somebody saying that's a pretty dumb play to make, but I mean, Misty getting the slight touch, Jessica read it perfectly. It caught the defense out in that situation. We're not ready for a play like that, so yeah, well done from Master Esports. Confident start, you can say, to this match, and now already getting themselves into the half of Fort Templar, as it is CJ to take it out. Jessica now touching it high past Lightning Strike. It is Rumbly coming back here. Does send it across net. Here comes Victor. Again, across the side of the field. It will be CJ now up, trying to find his teammate on the side. Well, as Lightning Strike put it against the center. Jessica now up into Victor. What can he do with this? Puts it towards goal. Lightning Strike will get the touch now. And really, we need to see Fort Templars break out of their half sooner rather than later. They've been under all the pressure here and have not even any presence in the opposing half at all so far.
And they could be conceding a second here because Rumbly is out of position on the goal line. It's going to be the first goal of the game for Misty, and you're absolutely right. It is all Master Esports Cosmic at the moment. The Fort Templar Samurais just haven't gotten going at all. And this is not a good sign for them heading into the remainder of the series. The good news is that it's only been a minute in this game one. Yes, they've conceded twice, but there is still ample opportunity to turn it around. But the longer they delay this, the more worried I think they're going to become.
Really indeed the case, as now they finally get some presence in the opposing half. Will be Victor to get it out. CJ taps it back into his own teammate, trying to at least find each other now. As now Misty tapped it down, Victor going to try to get down the field. And now here comes Rumbly, long shot, Jessica caught out of position, and it will be finally the response coming out from the Fort Templar Samurais. And what I believe, yes, was their first shot of the game.
It's an interesting area to view as a neutral Division 2 when it's certainly above the level of Divisions 3 and 4 where tactics don't really come into it as much as you would expect. It's sort of like watching a side that very much is halfway between the complete lack of tactics and what you see in the Champions Division, where teams have a complete game plan going forwards. And certainly Division 2 is susceptible to goals of high quality, but also mistakes of very low quality. And I think we've seen both of those things so far in this game one. But Fort Templar Samurais have themselves a goal, and perhaps that will give them a little more confidence.
Well, indeed, 2 minutes gone, and now Fort Templar again attempting to push into enemy territory, but it will be boomed down their way. Rumbly with a touch to the side. Now putting into the center from Misty. The shot goes high. Jessica tries to set up for a teammate. Victor dives in, and it will be taken away. Lightning Strike now, trying to barrel down the other side of the wing. It will be Rumbly to extend it forward. Victor now, touch it back into the center. Now down to Jessica. What can he do? Gets it over one. Will be put into the corner. And now here comes Victor for a shot. Rumbly, brilliant save to get it away, and CJ will get a clearance. It's a bit woeful though. It will end up into an attacking player, but in the end it will now be in the center. Demo for Lightning Strike on the other end will not matter. Victor did a fantastic job keeping possession in the corner. Eventually though he does have to give it up, and now CJ counter-attack opportunity will be saved by Jessica player.
Well, since their first couple of goals of the game, there hasn't been much going forwards for Master Esports Cosmic. Instead, it's the Samurais that look more likely to score. Still 2 minutes left in this game one. CJ passes the ball infield for Lightning Strike, and Rumbly will chase it down into the corner. Misty's made an awkward clear there. Rumbly will get possession back. Lightning Strike follows around the near post to pick up the demo, but it's Misty to shoot in the other direction. Blocked aside by CJ, and Lightning Strike will have a crack from distance. Gets possession back in the corner again, goes for another shot. Rumbly's there for the follow-up, but that one was blocked aside by the Master Esports defense.
Yeah, but even still, the Master Esports side still under this pressure from Fort Templar Samurais. I'm surprised to see such a big change-up in the way this game is progressing here. And now we see Lightning Strike again going in for this one, being very aggressive in how he's playing, but it's working out so well for his team. Finally, the ball does enter their own half, and Jessica looking to now put the pin on, as now we do see Victor with no boost trying to drop onto the ball at least. And now it's the center. Lightning Strike extends it forward once more. It will be Rumbly fighting over that mid boost, and Misty. It will now be again Fort Templar. They're finding themselves on defense, and they're the ones that have to be up in the attacking half, scoring them goals. It is the final minute being approached now. It's Rumbly to put it forward. Jessica actually going to miss that clearance. Victor has to clean up for him. Now desperately Rumbly tries to get back into a teammate. CJ dives in for that one. He needs to follow up if he can. But Misty will clear it over his head. And now we'll be Lightning Strike to race back to this one. Misty attempts a shot, does register, but it will be saved in the end. And now it is big pressure here. A huge chance for Master Esports. Victor, what can he do with this? Taps over one, not going to be making any further as we approach 30 seconds.
Lightning Strike tried to make inroads in the opposition half, but nothing doing there. Jessica goes for the chip. Here's Misty. Misses it entirely. Here come the Fort Templar Samurais in the other direction. Victor's clear is an awkward one. Jessica's going to get it a long way out. We'll have just over 10 seconds left now. CJ can only launch the ball towards the halfway line. Picks up the boost, but gives possession away en route. Misty will fire it towards the net, and here is Victor. and Lightning Strike can't keep it out. 2 seconds left. It's going to be a 2-goal deficit now for Fort Temple Samurais. That should be game 1 done and dusted.
Yeah, absolutely. 2 seconds, literally impossible to get back from that. And, you know, where credit is due for Fort Templar after that really shocking start from them. And when we thought, okay, their form was going to continue like it was from yesterday in Rocket Sundays, they do start to bring that game back. They get that pressure, they even get a goal back. But in the end, their efforts are futile as Master Esports close out that game 3-1 with a late goal there. So honestly, I'm pleasantly surprised by how Fort Temple Samurais are playing. You know, I thought Master Esports were going to batter them in this game, to be honest. But they have shown some good stuff in this one at the very least. They showed willingness to put forward. They had the dedication to get this win, but so far, it's not been enough for them.
Well, Lightning Strike and CJ yesterday, of course, 2s is a different game mode, so the tactical setup can often be different, but mistakes are easy to spot. A big part of the reason why they lost that series was way too much overcommitting. Both players very high up the pitch, and it's easy to concede on the counter-attack with all that space. I think in this series so far, they've gone in completely the opposite direction to that, and they've not gotten in on the attack enough. Only 2 shots between them. 3 for Rumbly, and the points very much in Rumbly's favour as well. I think Lightning Strike and CJ need to perhaps be a little bit more patient in midfield and wait for an opportunity to present itself, as opposed to chasing balls down into corners and then just giving possession away.
Yeah, indeed. That's the case that they have here. You know, they did surely step it up, but I think it was a lot of Rumbly doing work. And if Lightning Strike and CJ, you know, yes, they were doing good stuff to at least keep possession in their favours oftentimes, to keep that pressure. In the end, they weren't doing much with the ball necessarily, and they've got to be, you know, choosing their moments more, perhaps being a little bit more patient with this Master Esports team. But into game 2 now. Can Fort Temple Samurais turn it around as Jezico, he tries to get an early goal once more for the side of Emmy Cosmic, and now Victor turning in. Forward touch, going to follow it up with Misty in the air as well. That's a big double commit, but Jezico under no pressure currently will be able to buy some time, but he missed his touch. He gets a chance for Rumbly to come in. Not the best shot. He tries to put it behind Victor, but he had it red. Now Lightning Strike trying to get involved in the play. Victor, best clearance. He won't be able to dribble it out though, and now has to leave this. Lightning Strike now could have the option to turn on it, but Rumbly will be the one to take it instead. 50-50 into the back wall, and it will be CJ diving in for this one. He gets the demo. Can he drop it in? No, Misty will beat him to that. So it feels like a little bit the same for the last game. It is early pressure for Fort Temple Samurais, but they're putting nothing threatening forward, are they? It just seems like they're maybe getting it onto the backboard or into that corner, but nothing past that currently.
No, I was focused on CJ just now, and any time that they got a shot on target, CJ flung themselves into the play hoping to get onto the rebound, but never had a hope of it. And that results in Fort Temple being forced onto the back foot because they've just got one player in position back there. And yeah, for all their possession, they've not really created anything so far. And I think ME Cosmic, this being their last series of the season, they are content to sit back and absorb this pressure because they know they have the offensive impetus to get forward sometimes and make the right plays happen. Scoreless first 90 seconds of this game. Jezico might be looking to change that because they've gotten the better of this 50 in midair. Rumbly clears out to the wing. Misty will try and send it straight back. Victor is up for this rebound, but it is a quiet game too, this one.
Yeah, it is indeed. When you thought maybe it would be a little bit more explosive, it's been quite, you know, not necessarily calm, but definitely quite quiet from both teams. Not really doing a whole lot with the ball here, as now it is Fort Temple trying to get on the offense, but again, it seems like when they have a chance, they give the ball away at some point before they can actually craft a dangerous chance at that, not just some, you know, like pathetic shot towards the net. As now we put back down the field, but CJ, that is a poor touch. Thankfully, Rumbly was able to get to that, but that could have ended very badly for us. So Jezico tries to put it back, like it's like a big challenge at least. Try to force it onto the back where Misty clears it though. They're approaching the halfway mark, and I mean, both these teams, I will have to honestly say here, there is no creativity whatsoever in how they're playing. It just seems like they're trying to hit the ball, hope an opponent makes a mistake, and, you know, what have you. That's not going to work here because none of these players are making big enough mistakes to warrant a threatening chance. So they've got to get a bit more clever with the way they're playing. Maybe get some more team plays, more of those creative solo plays, and none of this rubbish that we're seeing here.
Well, I think honestly for ME Cosmic, they've got the advantage of having the 1-0 series lead, so they don't really need to do anything until the opportunity presents itself. Of course, it's not exciting Rocket League to watch, but I think they're doing exactly what they need to be doing at the moment, and the blame can be placed on the Fort Templar Samurais for lacking creativity in the game that they need to win to get back into this series. ME Cosmic have done it once already. Fort Templar still don't really have anything to show for their offensive efforts, and if that was more clinical on their part, the opportunity to win this game would be there for them. But instead it is ME Cosmic who score when they need to, with 90 seconds left, on a good assist from Victor, on the secondary assist from Misty. Three-man passing play gets the job done.
Yeah, there's getting all three players involved, and finally it's, somebody gets some of coordinated play going and realizes all three players picking the moment, able to beat all the players to the ball. And yeah, overall good play for the side of ME Cosmic. And they waited, they managed to get their opportunity, and that is fair enough the way they can play. They have the advantage, they can chill a little bit more, not under that much pressure, and eventually that opportunity does present itself. So fair play. And now we are seeing the back on attack. There's an infield pass opportunity, but great bump from Lightning Strike to deny that shooting opportunity. Now Jessica will put it back into Misty, but it comes a little bit too early, so doesn't get the ideal touch. Now Lightning Strike up again. He will knock Victor out the sky. Now Jessica getting into the CJ. Not much boost, does get the beat. Still not going to amount to anything as now desperately Fort Templar Samurais. They're one goal down. Sure, there's an infield pass attack for rumbling to CJ, but again, not ready for that. Now Lightning Strike going on his own, not going to achieve much with it, and really at the moment, ME Cosmic, they look pretty relaxed at the moment. Another shot does come on their way, but they know they can deal with these chances because at the moment, Fort Templar Samurais are the ones that are on the back foot, but finally CJ, off of an uncontested ball, will be able to dunk it down.
Yeah, you said that ME Cosmic looked relaxed, and I was thinking they look a little too relaxed there with two players on the goal line. One went up for the save in Misty, but Victor was very much out of position there, planted in front of the net as opposed to being on back post, and that made them miss the challenge on the follow-up. Credit to Fort Templar Samurais for taking the chance when it presented itself, but they're on the back foot again here. They don't want to be conceding immediately. Two players missed the ball entirely in front there, but they're going to get away with it as we have 17 seconds to go in regulation of Game 2. There's another miss from Fort Templar. They've got to be so careful here at the back. ME Cosmic are lurking, looking for their chance to win the game. Fort Templar are practically presenting themselves at the moment. Victor's going to go for the shot, and I don't know what you can even say about that other than that it's what Fort Templar deserve. You have to hit the ball in the defensive third.
Absolutely, and this was discombobulated the entire defense there of Fort Templar. I mean, missing balls left and center, double commits, and in the end, no one getting onto that. You have to have a man diving forward for it. It just wasn't happening, and in the end, ME Cosmic just took the opportunity and said, thank you very much. So again, it's ME Cosmic with a late goal to put the nail in the coffin for this game. And even though it was on 0 seconds, this is fair play. They got presented the chance, they took it. And with the shot count suggests that Fort Templar, they had more of the pressure, you could say. I'm just not convinced whatsoever for Fort Templar Samurais. There's still so much lacking in terms of the depth of their gameplay. And then with the reverse sweep requires to get this victory to even stay in the playoffs, I don't even think that's even a possibility at this rate unless a drastic change comes through.
Well, 2 shots and 2 goals for ME Cosmic kind of tells the story. That last 30 seconds of the game, Fort Templar Samurais had, I mean, I wasn't counting, but at least 3 opportunities to clear the ball that you have to take, especially if you want to be a Division 2 playoff team, and it just didn't happen for them. So I think they need to actually change it up in the next game of the series and just focus on their defending first, build out from the back before you carry possession into the offensive third, because if you're just going to give the ball away in the offensive third and the opposition scores on the counter when the chance presents itself, frankly, you're better off staying defense first and then seeing what happens.
Yeah, absolutely. It did seem to be the case there where late in that game, their defense was just gone. Absolutely no chance of them surviving that game playing like that. So that is what Fort Templar Samurais have to focus on. A reverse sweep needed, but they just got to build it from the ground up, really. It starts with good defense, and you can worry about the offense later, as it is early here. A double commit for the side of ME Cosmic and a Mystic. Sorry, remember this one trying to get upfield, Lightning Strike there. Try to drop it into midfield, but it will be taken off of him. But now a chance for this itself. Rumbly onto the back wall. It's an open net. Can CJ get up to it? Yes, he can. No save to come through. And for Forza Sunrise, that's what you need, that first goal on the board early in this game.
Well, I mean, you can continue to focus on the offense if it's going to result in goals and you're breaking up the play a little bit more. It's an important one for them, a good marker to set 20 seconds in. Game 3 is often the hardest game of the series to win for a team that is leading 2-0, and I think that is especially ringing true for ME Cosmic, who don't really have anything to play for in this series. This will be the last of the ECC season for them, so I don't know if the motivation for them to go hard and get this game 3 is there. But they do have possession in the offensive third. Jessical has the shot taken away from him there by Victor. Victor's not done yet in possession. Gets the ball all the way towards the middle, but they're not going to make anything of this.
Yeah, unfortunately not. He thought he had the chance to double, but just sandwiched the ball between himself and the wall, and in the end, the chance dies there. And now it's Rumley trying to get it out. Misty, a high touch off of the missed defender and the bump, but no one's going in for this. And Jessical eventually enters the play. Got Victor to work with in the center, goes to the shot, double commit from the side for Templar. Will do the trick though, as Misty, huge miss in the back while Jessical has to come in. He does make it work, and now a 0 boost. Chips it over one, it's Misty to work with in the midfield, but he can't quite reach the ball. And now, here comes Misty. Once more into the middle. Victor now carrying it out of the opposing corner. Chips it high. Maybe trying to get in someone's way. Jessical puts it in front of the net. Off the bar. And now it will be Misty to come in once more. Big pressure coming out from them. Now lightning strike. Looking for a booming clear. Victor now centered again. A double commit from the side of FC Samurais. Into the middle once more. Jessical comes up. And now finally it will be Fort Templar with the clearance.
Well, I'm sure I'll be made to eat my words at some point, but of all the players in the lobby, and there's been quite a few whiffs going on, perhaps uncharacteristic, but Jessical has been the player that has impressed me most on either side. I haven't really seen them make a clear-cut mistake at all yet in this series. They've been a bit of a calming influence on the ME Cosmic side. Defensively sturdy when needed. The goals that Fort Templar have scored have usually been the fault of the other two players in the team, so I think if ME Cosmic are going to get back into this game, expect to see involvement in the offense from Jessical. As it is now, it's Fort Templar Samurais trying to clear over the halfway line. Rumbly up to CJ, but there's nobody there for the final section of the link-up. Rumbly commits all the way into the far corner for boost there. Better hope that the two defenders have got something on this, and CJ will get it out to the wing, but Victor prepares to send it straight back.
He does actually find Misty in the centre, but it's off the crossbar. And now back down the other end, it will be a chance for Fort Templar Samurais. Infield, a lightning strike, it deflects off the goalkeeper. And now, once more, it is Rumbly. Early challenge to slow down his attack. It will be Misty, beats the ball by CJ. And now things will start to calm down a little bit as Victor out of his own corner gets it past one. But he's on his own right now. Where are his teammates? And will be Jessica slowly pushing up. And now Rumbly contested into the centre. Lightning strike again, booming clear down the field. Now Jessica looks to pick this up, puts it over one, and currently his back and forth gameplay will just continue on as CJ puts it over into the opposing player. It will be Rumbly now to get onto this, but he misses, and now Victor has a chance, puts it high, it will drop down. CJ can't get to the demo, now Misty, can he make the finish? No, huge save from Rumbly in the most awkward of circumstances, and now this one, back to the other end, Rumbly will pick it up, and that pin resulting in the most unlikely way, a second goal for Fort Templar.
Yeah, that's exactly the kind of service that Lightning Strike can provide. Certainly lacking in other areas of the game, but just occasionally a banger of a touch that can open up the defence, and that was exactly what happened there. Comes down favourably for Rumbly to tap in, and 2-0 to Fort Templar Samurais, who are looking better in this game. Actually being outshot quite heavily by ME Cosmic at the moment, but the team in blue hasn't taken their chances in this one. First time we've really seen that in the series. Jessical tries to send the ball back towards the middle, but nobody's home except CJ, who will get the ball all the way out as we have 1 minute to go in game 3 of this series. Fort Templar Samurais are 4 minutes into their bid at a reverse sweep, and well, it is so far so good. I don't feel like they're playing as well as they could be, but they're in control of this third game.
Yeah, they are in control. I mean, yes, it can be better, I will agree with that, but it's looked relatively controlled overall, so I think they are doing a good job as far as I'm concerned. Whereas ME Cosmic, just, you know, they've had a chance to show, but they've been unable to really get anything towards the back of the net. So far, with 30 seconds left, it looks like Fort Templar Samurais will get a game on the board after what has been a pretty dismal series so far for them. As now we missed it up for this, but really now it's just the side of Fort Templar trying to keep this game under control. They will go for the shot. Lightning Strike, not the best. And now Jessica having a chance to Victor. That's a huge bomb. Can he get it into the net? No, CJ, another save again. And now there was off the crossbar from Misty, and that looks like it will absolutely be win for Forward Temple Sunrise. They will deny the sweep and now give themselves a chance at the reverse sweep here with this game win.
Yeah, good game win for them, and every game does count at this late stage of the season. Fort Templar Samurais, realistically, they need 2 series wins to make the playoffs, but 1 would potentially be enough if they were to get a good game win difference swing out of it. So this is a crucial part of the series for them, not just because they're obviously trying to get the reverse sweep in this one, but just adding to your game win numbers will give them a favourable position in their second series regardless of the result of this one. And game 3 is a win for them, and as I mentioned earlier, a win where they haven't necessarily played at their best, but I think that's good for a team that's attempting to pull off a reverse sweep. You need to play your better games coming up in games 4 and 5. You need to hit the opposition with something extra that they weren't facing earlier on in the series.
I would like to come back maybe to sort of the problem they had with being creative in their plays. I mean, sure, those 2 goals they got weren't particularly creative, but if they can add that extra layer of depth to their gameplay, that could do wonders for them, and maybe also they get more of touches to each other, get more demos, do something to surprise their opponents and put them on edge in this, and win this psychological battle, because you have to against a team like Master Esports is now into game 4, and his Lightning Strike with a bang of a touchdown field. As CJ patiently waiting for this one, taps it over 1, and then Misty has a little bit of time to work with, lays it off for Jessica, baits in CJ again, who's been diving in for those balls left and right, as now Misty, who has changed over to the Fennec, I'd like to note, now getting a demo on his Lightning Strike, and taking the boost as well. So this is the chance here for them to get in as Jessica. Oh, he pinched it off his own teammate Invictor and Emmy Cosmic. That is a chance they're going to go begging it again as a Misty drops down in front of the net. It will be saved. Victor, though, with not a whole lot of boost attack, at least keeps it the ball in play. But now a counter-attacking chance. Lightning Strike, high touch, sets it up for CJ. Can I get the shot? No, can't quite read it. And now it will be a continuation of pressure here for Fort Templar Samurais, as now Lightning Strike, poor touch. Not the best shot, but at least he will keep the ball in play.
Well, Fort Templar Samurais, I think in their bid to become more creative, they're just overworking possession a little bit at the moment. They need goals first and foremost, and if you get them just by lathering shots at the net, then so be it. 0-0 just over a minute into this one. Victor's committed very high up for the demo there. That could come back to bite Master Esports. There's a ball into the middle for Rumbly. It stays up along the back wall. Misty's going to get up to clear, but it's coming down off the ceiling. CJ went up for a touch, but Jessica keeps possession going for Emmy Cosmic. This one is a much better clear from Rumbly, but it's coming straight back from Victor. Ping pong in midfield here. The eventual winner of it looks to be Master Esports Cosmic as they get out over halfway. Rumbly's clear is an awkward one, and now Jessica puts it in off the back wall, but nobody's home for the follow-up. Good touch from CJ to get it all the way out. It is another sort of slow ebbing game of the series, this game 4, but as long as Fort Templar Samurais aren't down, I think the momentum is still with them.
Yeah, I would agree with that, but I feel like if they end up conceding the goal now, which may happen, no, it's the night of Rumbly, but if they did concede the goal now, I think they might just be a bit out of it. But 2 minutes gone, they're still keeping it to a level playing field, which I feel like is honestly good for them in this one. But that is a big double commit from Lightning Strike on CJ, and that could be deadly, but players unable to capitalize on Emmy Cosmic. In fact, it could allow a chance for Templar to get through. A high touch from Rumbly into Victor, and now there will be a counter-attacking chance for Jessica. CJ does block him and may have another opportunity if he's quick onto this ball. He does beat him, but it will be into Misty's hands. What can he do with this? Does take possession. Now we Lightning Strike challenging again, trying to make it awkward for this opposing defense. Now CJ forward once more into the corner, and Misty with a high touch. CJ, here he comes for the shot. Jessica blocks it, and now 2 minutes remaining, just over that. And it's still 0-0, and you got to wonder where's this first goal going to come from at this rate, as it's now Rumbly struggling. He has to get off this ball, but he misses. Awkward on the defense. Misty trying to go for that top left, but a little bit wide the target. Victor, though, with the follow-up, will get the first goal for Emmy Cosmic.
And about time. There was quite a few misses offensively there. Misty should really be getting that shot on target, but it is finally a good finish from Victor on the rebound, and the opportunities have been there for Emmy Cosmic. Now that they've scored, questions have to be asked of the Fort Templar Samurais, who are all sub 100 points in the final 2 minutes of this game. They've registered just one shot on target. I don't think that's enough to get yourself back into the series. They need something more. They just need to get balls on target, whether it's from distance or close into the net. It doesn't really matter, but the passing plays aren't working for them. They need to get this ball back and just make something happen with it in as simple fashion as possible. One goal down with 90 seconds to go.
Yeah, it seems to be their best bet, really. Just try get something going forward, because if you're at one shot at this stage of the game, then it's going to be disaster. But if you can see a second goal, that's even worse, as it is Jessical. We're wondering when he was going to come alive. Well, here you go, an absolute screamer of a shot towards the net. We'll catch Rumbly out, and with a minute 23 left, 2-0 up. It looks like Emmy Cosmic could very well walk away with this win, because they have been in full control of this one so far, Harvey, and I don't see them slipping up now.
Well, there's still 1 minute and 17 to go, so 2 goals are very much a possibility, but if you're not getting balls on target, that pretty much eradicates any hope of it. They have the ball in the offensive half for now, but Jessica is going to get it clear. Rumbly's touch is pretty weak and he runs out a boost on the way. Misty is looking for a ranged pass to Jessica. Nothing's going to happen here. Victor will look to send it over to Jessica again. Double commit from Fort Templar on the far side as we're into the final minute now. CJ slows the ball down and Lightning Strike just shoots past him. Rumbly goes up for the rebound, but this is just not working for the team in orange at the moment.
Yeah, not working at all. There's no way they can get this to work, and they've just recently only just registered their second shot. Make that their third, but these shots aren't enough. You know you need to get shots on that. You need to get dangerous ones that are going to get you the goals you need to get past this defense of Emmy Cosmic, because another one goes towards the net, but that is a floater, not good enough. It's Rumbly just hands the ball to Jessica. He may have had the opportunity to score even. He puts it off the back wall. CJ misses, and that's surely going to be a goal top shelf for Victor, and that is most certainly the game done and dusted.
Yeah, I mean, for all their efforts to avoid replicating recent form, I mean, the 3-1 loss that Fort Templar Samurai suffered in the Rocket Sundays playoffs, this is pretty much an exact replica of it. 2-0 down in the series, winning game 3, and then just having absolutely nothing going forwards in the 4th game. This is going to be such a disappointing loss for Fort Templar Samurais, and they're going to have their work cut out for them to make the playoffs in their final series of the season, if indeed it even remains mathematically possible. They did at least get the game win in this series to avoid being swept. That is the lone positive that they can take from it, but not a good day at the office for them.
Yeah, and the poor winner form continues here, and with that loss now, I don't know what the maths on it are. I'm not going to be bothered to find that out myself, but I think at this point it is highly unlikely that they can make playoffs. It needs some improbable results to go their way to make it into playoffs. So at this rate, you can maybe consider that Fort Templar Sunrise are effectively out of the playoff race at this point, which is disappointing for them. Of course, the Master Esports Cosmic, as you mentioned, that win means something. They got to 6-3 now, so they'll at least get a decent finish at the end, but they know they cannot make playoffs either way, even with that win. So yeah, for Master Esports, I guess you could be happy about that, but disappointing once again from Fort Templar. 2 days in a row, taking 2 pretty big L's here, and yeah, will not be, as I said, not a good day at the office for those teams.
No, absolutely. But for Master Esports Cosmic, I think it is a positive result that they could maybe take something from. If they return to the ECC next season, they could set themselves up for being one of the top contenders for Division 2. Last week they beat Code 4 in 5 games, so it's clear that they have the pedigree against the sides above them in the table as well. So if they were to return, they would be an interesting side to watch, and they cap off their season with a win. And Fort Templar Samurais, their last series is against Godalians Perenna, who are dead last in terms of the teams remaining in the table, so perhaps there is something on for them, but realistically I think looking at the game win difference between them and Godalians Aztec, they're going to need a sweep, and that is a real steep ask.
Yeah, it is. So we'll see how Fort Templar Samurais will do in their upcoming game, but with that said, it will be the end of the stream here. 2 very great games on stream, particularly the first one was banger of the series. Of course, I'd like to thank everyone for watching once again. It's great to have you, and of course for Herbie here as a caster joining me in the booth, and Dennis, our producer in the background, pushing all the buttons, making this stream possible. But that is it from us tonight. Thank you once again for watching, everyone, and we'll see you guys again next time. Have a great night.